Okay, so in this week's video, I'm just expanding on last week's video so that we can do some exercises to try to help you improve your horse's canter transition. So instead of focusing on the inside hind leg, today we're focusing on the outside hind leg. So you saw there that I did a small circle to the right to get Esprit's right hind leg active, and then turned onto the left circle, trotted a few steps, and then asked her for canter. Here I'm just going to trot a 10-meter circle, really focusing on that right hind leg, right hind leg, right hind leg. Keep focusing on right hind leg, turn left, and then ask for canter. So that right hind leg is the leg that starts the canter. So that's why we want to really focus on keeping that leg engaged and making sure she's really working that right hind leg before we ask for canter. So again, I'm doing a 10-meter circle right, really going with my right leg to keep her right hind leg engaged, and then forward into the canter circle left. Once you start feeling like your trot to canter transitions are getting good, you can start thinking about maybe working on your walk to canter and canter to walk. So there you saw that I just did a few steps of trot and then tried to bring Esprit down to walk as soon as I could. Now I'm doing a turn on the forehand to the right, and then a few steps trot into canter. So the important thing here is that you're really focusing on that right hind leg, and that your right leg is coming and going in time with her right hind leg. So you push your leg on now, 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 now. Really get that right hind leg under. Keep your right leg working now and into canter. So Esprit and I have been practicing our walk to canter transitions. So if you haven't started them yet, it won't happen quite that quickly. Take your time, just doing a few steps of trot and then into your canter, and then a few steps of trot back into your walk. And then when your horse starts to feel a little bit more balanced, then you can try just from walk and then from canter to walk. So here I'm just changing direction. I'm going to try all that the other way. So now my focus needs to be on her left hind leg. So I'm going to do that little bit turning, concentrating on that left hind leg now, now, now. Keep that left hind leg working forward into trot and then into canter. So for this transition, and this canter, I felt like she needed to keep going a little bit. So I'm just going to do one more round of canter. So make sure you always just sort of feel your way through things here. Do what feels right for you and your horse. If she needs a little bit more time cantering, then do it. And then I bring it back down to trot. I'm going to trot my 10-meter circle left, focusing again on that left hind leg, really getting it engaged and coming underneath her body, keeping my left leg working and forward into canter. And that was a better transition. You can always tell with Esprit when I ask, she gives me that little tail swish. So we're going to try back to walk. Just a few steps trot into walk. I'm going to do that turn on the forehand, press my leg now, now, now. Keep pressing the leg now, now, forward into canter. So just a few steps trot and then into canter. That's if you're trying to develop your walk to canter transitions. But if you feel like you still need to work on your trot to canter transitions and make improvements there, then just keep going with the trot 10-meter circle and then changing direction and forward into your canter circle. But this just gives you an example of developing that walk to canter, canter to walk transition. And we're just going to do one more, so you can really take a look at that left hind leg. My leg A is happening left, left, left. You can always look at your horse's shoulder, figure out where that hind leg is, and then back down to walk. And that was a little abrupt, but we got it done. Okay, so I've expanded on last week's exercises of improving our trot transition, and we moved the exercise into showing you how you can improve your canter transition, which meant we needed to do our turn on the forehand the opposite direction that we wanted to canter. So I did a couple of variations
of this exercise in this video so that you can choose what suits you. So if your horse is just really starting, or you're just starting learning to canter, you may want to stick with just doing 10 or 15 meter circles one direction, turning onto the direction that you want to canter, and then canter. Stick with your trot to canter transitions. If you're ready to move a little bit further, you can start using this exercise to help get your horse a little bit more balanced and go from your canter to just a few trot steps into walk. Do the turn on the forehand, and then see if you can just do a few trot steps into canter, and then start to slowly develop your way into going from canter to walk, and then walk to canter. So I hope you enjoyed that video and that you can find some versions of that exercise that will help you and your horse. I encourage you, if you would like to expand your education a little bit further, to visit Team Tate Academy. I'm going to put a description below so that you can visit that website of JJ Tate, who is an international dressage trainer. There is a small subscription fee every month to become a working student on that website. If that's not for you, that's okay. Just stick with me. I have lots of free videos here on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to keep going making these weekly suggestion videos so that you can feel like if you're practicing them, that you are improving your skills as you go, systematically improving and learning new things. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for me, and I hope to see you next week.